Next up, Patrice is going to say something. Patrice was also one of the interviewees. He's had a very, very major role in this project, really. He's on a sort of advisory front, and also from through all of the art that he's created here for this exhibition. So, Patrice.
Good evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to talk, but I can't. I'd rather read. First of all, a word of appreciation. The representative of the High Commission, the First Chancellor, members of the Rwanda Community Association in the UK, who have tirelessly put an enormous effort together to this project up to the launch, and consider the project a beneficial item that will be pledged at its position as a tangible evidence, sourced directly from its people, for those that seek to know the truth, basing on facts on what happened to a tiny country, Rwanda, since the first genocide that happened in 1959, then 1994, including a Rwandan life in the UK. However, not to forget the organizers of the Keeping Memories project, who have volunteered and spent their time by being part of this cause collectively with one heart to create a magnificent piece of dynamic work that will create awareness on what happened to Rwanda as a nation and its people. The tremendous idea from RICO, Rwanda Youth Information Community Organization, that pushed this project to excel from its initial idea to launch and more ahead, which I personally would consider a gorgeous birth to the project, which was just timely at the moment. Fellow colleagues and friends of Rwanda in Brighton and from other parts of England to come and attend this launch that will last permanently in its own respect as an archive for people to know with full sincerity. There will be no other way or a word I would mention but just say thank you for your time to come and see and hear for yourself. Personally, working as a fixer and a translator with Comic Relief in Rwanda for Widows of Avega, Channel 4's documentary on hungry business, basing on international humanitarian aid workers, interviewing genocide perpetrators and victims of the atrocities for 5 years, made me feel that it was my responsibility as an artist to inform people who needed to know the truth through my works, such as my original paintings and the journal I personally designed, which you can see around. I personally designed to create awareness to a public that prefers to know and understand from a core source. Rwandans squandered around the world seeking a decent living, comfort as any individual's right to live regardless of ethnic background and color or height, just as how the vernacular caliper was used in Rwanda by the colonialists in the 50s, and again after the identity card prints serving a similar purpose but in a different method, as explained on the journal. Identity was lost for several decades, a Rwandan living in fear, pretense in order to suit in a privileged society that did not belong to him or her, living on hypocritical favors, but yet deep at heart, filled with decades of perseverance for identity at last, which served Rwandans a right to have a home through thick and thin, and now regarding unity for all Rwandans as the best remedy to live together and build a better nation for a good future for Rwanda.